First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, thanks for joining us here. We're live streaming on our social media channels, on our app, at our website. And one of the things we do here with Fox 12 Now is bring you breaking news. And that's exactly what's happening. Joined right now by Ezra Kaplan from Fox 12 Investigates. And this is a story that really just developed pretty rapidly here as we were preparing for today's show. I mean, like, we're talking the last 15, 20 minutes.
This is about as breaking as it comes. That's right. So just to give you a quick little rundown of what the story is, there is a man who is known for his outreach and his work with the homeless community here in Portland. His name is Kevin Dahlgren. We found out this morning that he had been arrested and indicted by Multnomah County District Attorney, and now is under arrest in jail. He's charged with a variety of things. So the rundown is that he's got 7 counts of theft in the first degree, 5 counts of identity theft, 2 counts of aggravated identity theft, and 5 counts of official misconduct in the first degree. So I want to be clear that these are all just coming out now. We don't have a lot of details about what exactly he's being accused of. What we do know is the charges or the crimes that he's being accused of. So we don't have all the details. But here we've got the indictment. So we'll try to get that posted later on. We'll see if it's coming through.
Yeah, that's literally was just printed out right now as we're going live with this. So we're finding out this info.
And so
I'm going to just go ahead and show. This is just while you're talking over this. This is an interview you did with him
just
previously.
to give you all a little bit of a background, we actually were working with and talking to Kevin Dahlgren last week, doing some research, doing some reporting about the unhoused community, looking at how outreach services were getting to those who needed them. And so literally just 1 week ago, we were out in Old Town Portland, walking around and really just seeing the unhoused community through his eyes. Now, we did not know that these charges were coming. We did not know that he had anything to hide or anything like that. What we were doing is we were working with him as a homeless advocate, which, like I said, is kind of how he made a name for himself. So this is a man who has spent a lot of time in the unhoused community.
Yeah.
He goes out and he takes videos and does interviews, puts them on Instagram, on YouTube, and they have a tendency to go viral. He's really made some splashes, over the last couple of years, over the last year, just going out and kind of giving these raw, what seem to be kind of unfiltered perspectives from those who are living on the streets.
And that's mostly off of his Instagram page
and YouTube. He's prolific. I mean, he goes out and he's putting these posts up several times a day. Now, a little bit of the background is that he used to work for a social service.
Okay.
It turns out that he worked for the city of Gresham as a social worker. He worked in social services for the city of Gresham. Earlier this year, they put him under administrative leave because they say, at least according to these documents that we have, they say that they started an investigation. They were tipped off or somehow found out that something was wrong in March of this year. Following the beginning of that investigation, they placed him on administrative leave. He, after being placed on that leave, decided to resign from the position. So we did not know that he had been placed on administrative leave. We knew that he used to work for Gresham and that he had quit, but we didn't know quite that full story, and that's what we're learning about today. And so it turns out that investigation that they're kind of unsealing or unveiling today, along with arresting Mr. Dahlgren, shows 19 counts, and what they're showing documents back all the way to July of 2020, various criminal charges that they allege that he has committed.
That is a lot of charges, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
that certainly seems like it.
It's a pretty thick
I know we just got
indictment
his mugshot actually just came through too. So this arrest was just happened today.
So we'll go through some of these charges here. So the first several of them, 1 through 7, are all theft in the first degree. And I'll just read one of them here because they do kind of repeat a little bit. So count 1 is theft in the first degree. The said defendant, Kevin Von Dahlgren, on or between September 8th, 2020 and February 18th, 2021, in the county of Multnomah, state of Oregon, did unlawfully and knowingly commit theft of personal property of the value of $1,000 or more. The property of the city of Gresham, contrary to the statutes in such cases made and provided and against the peace and dignity of the state of Oregon. That last part is just saying that it was actually theft. It wasn't something that he was given to take. The state further alleges that the property stolen had a value of $1,000 or more. This count is of the same and similar characteristic as the conduct alleged in other counts of this charging instrument. And so what they're saying here is that each of these counts go together. So all 19 of them are part of what they're alleging is criminal behavior as a bigger crime, kind of an individualistic crime with 19 different parts of the law that were broken.
Wow.
And they go on to kind of illustrate that more. This count constitutes part of a common scheme or plan based on 2 or more acts or transactions with the other counts of this charging indictment. So, counts 1 through 7 are all theft in the first degree, and then we have identity theft. And what's interesting here is that we actually have several of the people named in the indictment here who supposedly or allegedly are victims of that identity theft.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of moving parts. A little bit more that I can provide here. We do know that he is currently in custody. He's in jail in Multnomah County, set to be arraigned tomorrow morning, I believe at 9:45. And we also know that this indictment, that these charges came after a grand jury took a look at the evidence that the DA held against him and decided that there was enough evidence to issue an indictment, to issue a warrant. And then he was arrested this morning. And that grand jury, from the documents we can see, met or at least issued their decision last Thursday. So not that long ago at all.
Okay.
And then this morning, he was placed under arrest.
But actually brought before a grand jury. So
it was brought before a grand jury last week.
Okay. And I'm looking here too, and just to reiterate for those of you who are just joining us, so this is breaking news. This man was arrested, a 53-year-old man, Kevin Von Dahlgren. Let's see, I'm looking through these charges here. 7 counts of first-degree theft, 5 counts of identity theft, 2 counts of aggravated identity theft, and 5 counts of first-degree official misconduct, which we were just looking at. And these charges, looks like, I'm trying to take a look here, unlawfully and knowingly commit theft of personal property.
So the oldest charge, the charges are all new.
Yeah.
They're alleging that the criminal behavior went back at least as far as July of 2020. So we're looking a little over 2 years of criminal behavior here.
Yeah, that's and then according to court documents, Dahlgren unlawfully and knowingly committed theft of personal property of the value of $1,000 or more, the property of the city of Gresham. So there's a lot of charges, and again, we're going through these as as this just came out. This is printed out here. Ezra's got it in his hand, and as we mentioned before, you've been interviewing him, going out here to various areas and about stories that you were working on.
So just to give you a little bit of context here, this is a view. What you're looking at here is the pit in downtown Portland. And this is an area that near here, kind of beyond those orange fences, there was a very large homeless encampment that was cleared out not that long ago. And now what you can see is us just really having, just going out on the street. You can see myself, Kevin, there talking to some of the unhoused population. And what we were doing was simply getting their perspective, asking them questions about what it's like to live on the street and how their interactions are with social services. And so we spent a lot of time with Kevin last week reporting out the situation of the unhoused population. And now we're just finding out this morning that Kevin is under arrest. He is currently in jail facing 19 counts, including identity theft and theft from the city of Gresham.
So these are all the city of Gresham is who is accusing him of doing this.
That's right, and I actually can share. I have a statement here from the city of Gresham that we can go through, and I'll just read a little bit of it here. So in March of 2023, city staff discovered suspicious activity that had taken place by a city employee. Staff acted quickly to place the suspected employee on administrative leave while working with a third-party organization to conduct an investigation. Shortly after being placed on administrative leave, the employee resigned. They go on to identify that employee as Kevin Dahlgren, and then end with saying, as this is an ongoing investigation, we are unable to comment further at this time. There has also been a request put out both by the city of Gresham and the district attorney in Multnomah County for anybody who has actually had interactions with Mr. Dahlgren from a community service, from a social service perspective, in his position doing outreach on the streets, to contact authorities to reach out. Let me see, who do they say to reach out to? But they are looking for folks to actually reach out to the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office if you have worked with Mr. Dahlgren. They're, I think, still trying to figure out exactly how pervasive these charges are.
Well, and if he was, you know, as you mentioned, he was working with so many different people who are homeless, houseless, out there in the community, and let alone, you know, media organizations, at least with us.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of people that have interacted with him then.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, he's on the streets nearly every day. You know, just from my own interactions and seeing him working and interacting with the unhoused population, he is very plugged in. He's very familiar. He is on first name basis with a lot of folks out there without even introducing himself. So I think there's probably quite a few people who have interacted with Mr. Dahlgren. It'll be interesting to see, you know, how investigators are able to do their own outreach to connect with these folks, because many of them are unhoused and may not be as connected and may not be watching the news like our viewers are now. Yeah, that's very true. So I think that is important to reiterate that they do want to get a hold of anybody. So if you know somebody, if you're connected to somebody, that's what they're asking, is to get a hold of them. And that was Multnomah County, right? That's Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, and we'll be following this story for the rest of the day. We're going to have a report on the evening news tonight that will go much more in depth once I have some time to really dig into
analyze
some of
this.
stuff.
I mean, that's got to be a strange feeling for you too. Just, you know, this is all reporting that you were doing. So really, I mean, this was
it really flipped the switch
you know,
this morning.
Here
this
last
was 1 week ago.
Yeah, 1 week ago, out there speaking to him about this, and now there we go. There's the mugshot from today. So a lot to unpack there, and just 19 charges. That's quite a lot of charges.
It's quite a lot. And I think it'll be interesting also to see, because he was so active, he was such a strong advocate. I do think, you know, we'll have to see what will the fallout from, excuse me, from this, this charge be. Excuse me.
We're live. Ezra rushed down here to do this right now, so not much time to take any kind of a break. But it'll be interesting to see where these charges go and how 19 are all tied in as well. So a lot to find out here. So now that he is in custody, I believe.
Yes.
I don't know if there's bail set or what happens next.
Yeah, he may make bail. We don't have all the details on if his bail has been set quite yet. We know that he is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow morning at 9:45, and at that point, we will hopefully get more information. He should get bail set by that point. Unclear if he'll be released on bail or not. That's just up to the judge.
A lot to find out. Yeah, a lot that we're waiting to find out. But still, this is great getting this breaking news right now, as far as, you know, everything that we know, and that's what we're able to do here is let you know as soon as we find out. That's why it's literally Ezra's holding it printed out.
There we go.
Yeah, so we're going through it at the same time. As we get more information, certainly we'll keep you updated at KPTV.com, and I imagine you'll be doing some reporting later on today about this.
Yeah, we'll
give them a couple hours to digest everything.
Yeah, we got lots more work to do, but we'll keep on top of the story for everybody.
Yeah, so thank you everybody for joining in here too. So again, if it's your first time, Fox 12 Now, we can bring you breaking news like this outside of our normal news programs. So anytime between 1 and 4, something like this happens, we'll be here for you. But we have lots of other content and programming that we'll be bringing you as well. So we'll reset here and get ready for our usually scheduled programming and go through that. So we'll sign off for right now. But I thank everybody for joining us. Thank you, Ezra, for being here and letting us know what's going on. And again, just to give you that final recap here, prominent, you know, homeless advocate for the homeless, Kevin Dahlgren, 53, facing 19 charges and in custody currently by the Multnomah County DA. So that's what we've got. Follow up at KPTV.com. There we go. And we'll be back shortly with more Fox 12 Now.